Hello everyone. 4chan tracks down a serial killer part 2. So I have an update for this story, my friends, and we're going to take a look at boards.4chan.org/poll as well as an email that I got from OP. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on Hacker 4chan. So, I got an email. And most likely to protect the identity of this emailer, I will be posting this as a screenshot with some censoring. I'm you/my borders, my choice. The murder message is real. So this is an update on the story, and this is from the OP himself. You remember how my borders, my choice was the one who received the threatening private message? For those of you who don't know, it was a private message saying that from a leftist that said, "I hate your post," where this leftist claimed that they worked as a some sort of medical personnel, and they let elderly Trump voters, and I assume conservatives, die. 11 people. Not only did he let them die, he would switch medications and even poison them, all according to his claims. I do have a video on the subject. If you want to watch it, I'll have it in the description. So here Annan says, "I received it 3:07 p.m. EST on Tuesday, 31st December 2019, and immediately reported it to Reddit admins. I took a screenshot of the message and archived the user's profile because I know it's not possible to archive private messages, to prove that the profile existed for a year and had over 4,000 karma, indicating that it was not a throwaway troll account but a real account with a lot of activity, lending credibility to the threats/bragging. The extreme anti-Trump comment history of this person made his threatening message even more plausible." Now, I completely understand where this person is coming from. We did take a look at this person's post history, and in one of the posts he's saying, "Hey, do you know who this Trump supporter is on the internet? If you have any personal information, I want to know. I'll give you money if you help me dox this person." To do what? Well, who knows? But considering that this person claims to be a serial killer, that's kind of a big thing. Now, I want to make it clear that everything in this investigation has been done legally. It is being handed off to the proper authorities. I will not say the person's alleged name, and I will keep that hidden. I will not give away any personal information of this person, of the leftist involved. That being said, the theories are going around. The person in question has gone into hiding and is trying to cover their tracks and hide evidence of all their wrongdoing. So, My Borders, My Choice says, Reddit has a full message history of this individual, and his IP address would be forced to hand it over to authorities if they investigated. That's why I urged people to report this to the FBI. I hope that guy is lying, but if not, the authorities need to find the serial killer and stop him. Annans went further and apparently linked the Reddit account, Love This Life 0101. This is unconfirmed, so I'm going to censor this out. But Annans believe that they know who it is and they found out where he works. It turns out he does work at a healthcare facility. Even if he didn't kill anyone, and even if he didn't poison anyone and withhold and switch medications, his claims are enough and should be enough to get him fired. To all of the leftists who are going to say, "Oh, how dare these right-wingers do this? This is bad." No, this isn't that. This isn't cancel culture. This is a medical crime. It is illegal to kill people. It is illegal to give people the wrong medications. In fact, it's a serious offense. So whether you're a right-winger or whether you're a left-winger, I want you to think about this. Do you have family? Do you have grandparents? Or maybe one day you will be in an elderly home where you have to rely on healthcare professionals to keep you from dying, to take care of you, and to provide you with care and quality of life. If this person, if even a little bit of what they're saying is true, people need to find out, and this person needs to face consequences to the fullest extent of the law, because this is highly illegal. If this person did kill 11 people, it's only a matter of time before they kill more. So this is not a political issue. This is quite actually a criminal issue. Apparently, many of these separate accounts that Annans linked together all suspiciously started getting scrubbed and deleted at almost exactly the same time, making it even more suspicious. It definitely seemed like it was one person controlling all the accounts who was terrified that people were onto him, and he was trying to delete everything before they could find it. people have already started asking questions to the employer. So I did take a look at the tweets that were provided, and people are questioning whether this person did in fact murder these people and that they should investigate, which I think is fair. Now, it is important to note, and as My Borders, My Choice says, I do not have conclusive proof that blank is Love This Life 0101. But if authorities asked Reddit to hand over the message history and IP address of Love This Life 0101, they could determine if it's him. So Hacker 4chan probably found the right person, they often do. And to be fair, this person might be completely innocent. Even if he's not innocent, I'm not going to share his name or his personal information or anything like that. I'm sure people will find out eventually. I will only state as much if it comes to something. In the future, if this person turns out to be guilty and gets arrested or gets charged, and there's a story about it, I will update you guys one final time and let you know what happened. So I have seen the full story of how they were able to track this guy down. And I'm not going to show it here for obvious reasons, but I will show the little message. Moral of the story, don't mess with Pol. This image was made by the combined power of weaponized autism. And yeah, that says everything, folks. It's amazing what you can do with some good old detective work, some logical deduction, and a little bit of digging. So Nanan does reply with how he was found, basically. I can't show it to you, but it goes down like this. He was using multiple accounts. People were looking at those different accounts and accounts' name. They found out they were correlated to each other, and he slipped up more than once. He mentioned things about his life. People were able to eventually deduce where he worked, who he was, and what he did. And the scary part is, he does work for medical services, and he does take care of the elderly. That is very, very bad. So here Anonymous says, you're getting trolled. Now, as I mentioned before, there is a chance this person is just LARPing. But honestly, if the person is LARPing, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. We have so many posts of this person now, threatening to do illegal things, trying to dox people, threatening to hurt people, saying they met people in real life and they better shut up or else, and saying that they killed people. At the very least, this person should not be in medical practices. It violates medical ethics. So here Anonymous replies, I highly doubt he's killing seniors by loading food with diuretics, withholding medicine, or providing the incorrect medicine. Since he works in a business position, I believe that it's just his sick fantasy. Now that's entirely possible, to be fair, but I think it does warrant an investigation at least, just to make sure that they're not doing anything wrong. But to be fair, this person could be, innocent of any crimes that have been alleged. At the same time, it's just very, very concerning. And if it turns out that this is all true, I'll follow up with part 3, and I'll let you guys know that the police took him away or whatever happens. If there's an update, I will let you guys know. So here Anonymous replies, can you imagine if a 4chaner, let alone a Redditor, posted something trolling? It's only trolling when they do it, guys. About withholding life support from 11 geriatric Hillary supporters? You'd hear no end of it. It'd be all over national media, and the guy's life would be absolutely ruined. So yes, let's hold them to the same standard they demand of us. And honestly, that's a really good point. There's a lot of people out there are on their moral high horses and all that, and they virtue signal, and these people are SJWs. They'll use any dirty tactics, including lying, to take people down and destroy their lives. Reminds me of a meme I saw. Let me try to find it. So here's a tweet by Tyler Vall, and this person seems to support the Hong Kong protest. I as well support a republic for Hong Kong. Support Hong Kong, free Hong Kong. My generation went from, we need to take your bullying seriously, to, I dug through your past, and you made a bad joke 12 years ago. And when you end your own life, I'll post K-pop gifs about it on Twitter. So maybe it is a troll, but imagine if a right-winger were to say something like this. Oh, I'm a medical guy. I take out Hillary supporters because I don't like them and I don't agree with the politics. It would be national outrage. Yet meanwhile, Hacker 4chan is the only detective on this case. He's the best damn detective the world has ever seen. So here's a post where this person says that he met this user, and he's saying, I met you in real life. I will not forget. I will not forget. And he's switching accounts. So Mr. Positive, Sensei Clark, those are his alts. I'm not threatening you at all, friend. Just letting you know that we met, that's all. So that's a veiled threat, and that's also intent to harm. He was He was stalking and harassing people in real life. So this guy's a piece of work. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight 2 posts here. Anonymous says, honestly, there's no need for 4chan to do the work of the authorities, i.e., finding out who he is. Just report it to police and they can easily find out who posted it. Now, I'm just covering this story. I believe the whole purpose of trying to figure out who this poster is simply so that they can report it to authorities, because authorities have a lot on their plate. They can't just find everything by themselves, and who knows? Maybe they don't have the power of weaponized autism like 4chan. But he does make a good point. Never do anything illegal. Never do anything illegal, never break the law, and you gotta practice some common sense on the internet, even with claims as insane as these. However, as I am aware, 4chan itself has done nothing illegal. Just good old-fashioned detective work, which sadly seems like a lost art these days. Another anonymous says this person should be beat up, but again, do not do anything illegal, don't attack people, do not resort to violence, and do not fall for a mob mentality, because this person could be completely innocent, like maybe it's not even the right person, and if that is the case, innocent until proven guilty. So we're gonna keep an eye on the situation, and if he is guilty, I'm sure it'll be in the news. I would be so angry if it wasn't in the news, but well, we'll find out. So here we are. Anonymous says, holy shit, I just archived every page of his Reddit history just a few hours ago on archive.is and archive.org. So his complete Reddit history is here. I will include these links, and this is just Reddit, so I'm sure it's perfectly fine to share with people because it's just Reddit. But this was before he nuked his profile. So Annins managed to back up all of his posts, which I'm sure will aid authorities. So here Anonymous says, if this turns out to be true, which it looks like because of the deleted LinkedIn, healthcare workers murdering people over politics would be a huge scandal the media couldn't ignore. Oh, we can only hope, buddy. We can only hope. This is an actual major happening. We need to find ways to crystallize the trail that don't lead back to disorganized 4chan posts, which the media can just dismiss based purely on where it came from. Okay, yeah, that's bullshit. Anybody is capable of proper detective work, and if this guy turns out to be guilty, you can't just call it nonsense. To hear Anonymous says, find ways to present this clearly and cleanly to people outside of this site. Anonymous says, bump. Holy shit, even if he is trolling, he shouldn't, even if he's trolling, he should not work at a medical center. Now here, I believe this person is trolling. Anonymous says, no! Someone let Trump supporters and Q boomers die. How could he? We must do bullshit on the internet and F someone's live, even if we don't know if he's the real culprit. For greater Israel. What exactly, I don't even know what he means by that, but this is obviously a troll looking to get attention. I don't believe this person believes anything they just said, but it is kind of funny. Just let him kill people. What's the deal? So here's a funny one. This happened in 2013, and this is King Clark, which is an alt of the person who shall not be named, and they're getting blown out by Dana White. So here King Clark says, also, I am working on becoming a CPA. I am willing to crunch numbers for the UFC as long as you pay me. I hear the UFC won't pay talent. Dana White replies, do you know what it means when you have 1,044 tweets and 21 followers? It means nobody gives an F what you think. Blown out! Annan replies, LMAO, owned. So here Anonymous says, hey guys, a colleague of mine turned me on these threads here. I'm a liberal and I hate Trump, but I work in the medical field, and this is an extremely serious matter. Denying and neglecting a patient care for any reason is grounds for expulsion, loss of licenses, and possible legal charges. Even if an investigation shows that this guy was lying, that's still enough for him to never work in the medical field again. Please keep these threads alive until you find this guy, and he is brought up on appropriate charges again. This is extremely serious. Please make sure this guy is identified. Thank you. Now, I don't know if Annan is just LARPing, but this was kind of the point I was trying to make earlier. This is an extremely serious issue. This is not something you joke about, and it's not something you troll about. If you work in the medical industry, this, my friends, is unacceptable. Here Anonymous says, anyone check out his Mr. Positive profile, where he literally boasts about going to meetup, hunting Trump supporters, tries to coerce people into meeting him, went so far as to follow people into other subs, set up an in-person purchase for Deerhide with someone he's been arguing with on a different name. He's sick. Again, those are pretty serious things. So here Anonymous says, just sent you this. This guy's talking about it. He has over 100k subs. Keep getting the word out there. This is in fact my video covering this event. Now I just want to make it very clear. I do not post on 4chan. I do not post on 4chan. And if I do post on 4chan, it's anonymously about politics that's happening. Legitimate threads. You will never see me personally posting anything related to myself on 4chan. I just don't do it. But apparently word is getting around. Here Anonymous says, "You'd be surprised how brainwashed and deranged some of the r/politics people are. Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, is a very real thing." But that, my friends, is pretty much the story about hacker 4chan and his attempts to track down a real-life serial killer. Is it true? Is it not? I'm sure we'll find out. If this person is ever charged, if they're ever arrested, if they are ever found, I will give you a part 3. But until then, I think it's safe to say that this person, at the very least, is a truly deranged individual. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? I mean, these are, like many people have said, these are very serious allegations, and I hope it's fake. I hope he's not out there killing people, but even if he's not, he should not be working in the medical field. I mean, that's just, you can't do that. That's a very serious breach. It has nothing to do with politics. If a right-winger was doing the same thing, I would say, this is wrong, and he should not be doing that, and it's a very serious criminal issue. But be sure to let me know what you think. As always, if you want to support the content that I make, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar for as low as $1. You can also donate through Bitcoin. I'm currently looking into donation options and sharing the video because these videos are important. We're talking about people's grandparents and parents and the elderly. If someone is out there who's hurting them, they need to be found. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.